Dun, 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 dun. I'm joking. Anyways, the storm has come through and destroyed basically a lot of things. A lot of things if you think about it. And for those of you wondering what the hell I'm talking about, I am talking about WWE TLC 2020. It was on last night. I watched it this morning when I got off work. Well, I thought it wasn't a terrible pay-per-view. I mean, certain areas could have been better. But as you can see right there next to me, I have Drew McIntyre, AJ Styles, and The Miz fighting for that title. But first, before we get started, I'm Matt here over at Smack to the Mat. Hopefully this starts working and I figure things out now. I think I've got a good thing going now, so let's keep this show on the road, shall we? So, like I said, TLC 2020 was last night. It was a good show in my opinion. A few new champions. Two awesome returns to my knowledge. An awesome main event, I thought. Beg to differ. Okay, whatever. I don't care. Throughout the whole match, I think the only match I didn't really care for was Sasha and Carmella, but it was still a pretty good match. So, but anyways, let's go ahead and get to my review of the show. I didn't watch the pre-show because I really didn't give a damn, honestly. But they did have an They did have an 8-man tag team match for the SmackDown brand. It was Big E, Otis, Chad Gable, and Daniel Bryan, of all people, taking on Baron Corbin, Sami Zayn, and Shinsuke and Cesaro. But a lot of talent that you ain't doing shit with. So hopefully they can get that squared away, but I doubt it. Who knows? You never know. So anywho, apparently Big E ended up pinning Sami Zayn in that match to get the win. So yeah, pretty fun match, I think. I don't know. I didn't watch it. I'm not too worried about the pre-show match. Anywho, let's kick off with the main show. So main show started with. Oh, here we go. And let's see. Okay, so the way the pre-show match ended was Sami Zayn seemingly picked his spot perfectly to hit the haluva kick on Big E, who countered that into the big ending and got the 1-2-3, aka got the 1-2-3 over your current defending Intercontinental Loudmouth Champion Sami Zayn, which I like Sami Zayn, no problem. If I met the guy, maybe, who knows. I actually think he's a very talented wrestler. He's a heel right now, but we'll see what happens. See what happens later down the road, right? Right. All right. So, anyways, show kicked off with basically a recap of everything going on in the weeks, letting us know what is about to happen tonight, ladies and gents. And yeah, and then they go to the Raw announce team, which had Byron Sexton, Tom Phillips, and my boy Samoa Joe. I've always liked Samoa Joe, even back in his TNA days. So, but yeah, so they were commenting for the Raw brand as always. No surprise, right? But they said we're gonna kick it off with the World Heavyweight Championship match between AJ Styles and Drew McIntyre. Oh, AJ. Excuse me, I am tired, so bear with me, guys. AJ came out to the ring first. He had his big man, I forgot his name. The big guy. like, yeah, just a big guy. I forget the name. It's like a osmosis. No, it's not osmosis. Oh no, I think his real name is Jordan something. So I'm just gonna call him Jordan. His enforcer, if you will. But yeah, that was a good match. AJ kept working over Drew's left leg, like right off the gate. It was chop block and everything. He's there's just not really too many crazy high spots in this match. During mid match, yeah, during the basically about because it was a 40-minute match, so basically about 25-minute mark. It was after Drew had AJ went to do something to Drew. I think AJ went for the phenomenal forearm. Drew caught him, and chucked him out of the ring. When he chucked him out of the ring, he was supposed to go through the table, but like overshot the table, and I think his butt hit the table and broke the table, so he was out for a while. Drew with a bad leg, stumbling to get to the ladder. He makes it to like the second rung or the third rung of the ladder, and then no music plays or anything, and the Miz comes out. Miz comes out first, power bombs Drew through the table. Morrison runs down with the briefcase, hands it to the rep, says Miz is cashing in his Money in the Bank contract, and this match is now going to be triple threat, blah 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 blah. So they do that. Miz is slowly walking up the ladder, which to me is stupid. You had the time. Why didn't you go up the ladder? Could just ran it. Could have had it. Could have had it, Miz. Could have had it. Could have had it. Now they're, in my opinion, making Money in the Bank not even mean anything anymore. Because I think the last 3 men who have cashed in have lost it. So, pointless. My opinion. My opinion. My opinion. Okay. I get it though. It's the writers, producers, who are there. But that's my opinion. Because when it first came out, it was the greatest thing, you know. Edge had it forever and then cashed it in after Cena won an Elimination Chamber match. And then cashed it in on Batista and Undertaker after beating Mr. Kennedy for it. And they cashed it in on those two after having a brutal steel cage match on SmackDown. And then so I missed RVD's, but I heard he cashed it in on John Cena at ECW One Night Only, which he won it, and then that's when they crowned him ECW and WWE champion. I mean, he shortly lost it after that anyways. And then CM Punk cashed it on Edge after, I think, a pay-per-view or some sort of draft thing. And then the next year, CM Punk cashed it in on Jeff Hardy in a ladder match with Edge. Something like that. And then after that one, I want to say Damien Sandow won? No, that was when the Miz won it, cashed in and won it, which was cool. I liked the Miz's catch in. I thought it was really good. And then after the Miz, wasn't it Sandow? No, I think it was Del Rio. Then Del Rio had it, cashed in and won. Daniel Bryan had it, cashed in and won. No, Daniel Bryan didn't have it. Yeah, he did. Cashed it in on a Big Show. Right? And then Sandown had it, lost it. Baron Corbin had it, lost it. John Cena technically had it twice. Think about it. He had it, lost it due to interference to the Big Show, then had won the so-called Money in the Bank ladder match to become the unified champion back in 2014. I think, ever. But then Randy Orton won it, cashed it in on Daniel Bryan, I believe. That's when they started the Authority shit. And Seth Rollins won it, cashed in on Roman Reigns and Lesnar at WrestleMania, which was probably, in my opinion, one of the best cash-ins. And then Sheamus won it, cashed it in on Roman Reigns after Roman won his title, basically, after doing a tournament, and then Sheamus came out and ended up losing it later on, which was bullshit in my opinion, but whatever. I'm not here to judge. I'm secretly here to judge. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm judging. Anyways, I don't write the show. I like to complain about the show. And with this, I didn't really have much to complain. Anyways, back to where we were. AJ's laid out on the floor. He got thrown to a table. McIntyre's laid out in the ring. He got thrown to a table. Miz is halfway up, touching the title. AJ's insurance policy guy picks Miz up, basically holding him like a baby, which was freaking stupid. And then just tossed him outside, through, and he did that again, another table, and just looked at him. But Morrison grabbed a steel chair and decks him, hits him over the back with it. It's like in a wrestling game when you hit somebody with certain weapons and it exploded. That's exactly what they made that chair do, which looked fucking cool. And Morrison looked like he just tried fighting the freaking Incredible Hulk or something. He's just like, he just started freaking out, trying to run away, stumbling as he's running away like the buffoon he is. But Morrison's cool. I do like Morrison, don't get me wrong. And then, so they all come to, they're all going after the belt. They're all get there. The end saw Drew, basically the photo I have right here, saw Drew and AJ fighting, and then the Miz grabbed another ladder, placed it next to them, tried going for the title, and Drew fended off Miz and AJ. Somebody hit something on Drew and he fell off. And then Miz and AJ were fighting for a little bit, and then Drew used the other ladder to knock down the other ladder. So Miz and AJ fell through and hit the ropes, basically guillotined themselves, hit the ropes. Drew climbed up the ladder, grabbed his title. Drew's your winner. Bravo. Bravo, Drew. Now, I've said it for a while, I'm going to say it again. Here's what I would love to happen. Before I go too far in depth with it, I do want Sheamus to win the Rumble. I do want Sheamus to beat Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. Big Sheamus fan. I've loved Sheamus. Basically, what was that? 2012? Yeah, basically in 2012 when he was becoming the new babyface of the company. But then I don't know what the hell happened there. I was starting to like him before that because he was actually I just loved his finisher. The bro kick is awesome. So, and I mean, come on. But you know who has a Sheamus flag? That's right. Right? It's a Sheamus flag. See? Sheamus. Yeah. Product placement, if you will. But anyways, so I would love for Sheamus to win the Rumble like he did back in 2012 and then face Drew and they just have a fucking killer match and got no problem with Drew. But then you turn Drew heel, turn Sheamus babyface, because I think that would make more sense. And let Sheamus win it and they can have a feud for a little bit. But that's my take, and we're definitely going to do predictions for a Royal Rumble, so just keep that in mind. And then next up on the docket, we had Miss Carmella taking on Sasha Banks after she keeps smashing champagne bottles on her back, which is whatever, I guess. I don't know what her new gimmick is right now, and it's better than you, like the new MJF, but as a female, or she's just an entitled rich kid. I don't know. I did like her attire tonight, though. I thought it was better than that red crap she's been wearing, because I don't really like the, what was that, latex, I think, or like whatever. I don't know. I don't know. I'll just shut up about it. Because anyway, she looked good last night. Did a lot of cool moves that she hasn't done. Basically, being her third match back, I thought she showed a really good performance, and I thought she had Sasha beat a few times, but in the end, Sasha locked on the bank statement and got the win. And yeah, a decent match for Banks. I'm not a huge fan of Sasha Banks. I never have been. I mean, she's up to like notch 2 now, but that's about it. I don't know. Anyways, like I said, it was a good match overall. And then next up, we have Hurt Business taking on the New Day for the Raw Tag Team titles. Yeah, this match is what I like to see from 4 guys who I think are greatly underappreciated in the WWE. Especially the guy right there who's getting dropkicked by Kofi Kingston. That is your boy, Shelton Benjamin. He has been with the WWE since the early O's. He's been tag team champion. Like, he's good. He's great. But come on, man, do something with him, you know? Like, don't get me wrong. This feud, if you go on the network, if you have the network anyways, if not, you know where to go to get it. First month's free. Remember that for new subscribers. But if you go back and you watch the old school not old school ECW, the new branded ECW, what that started in like 06, 07, 08-ish. Watch that. Watch Kofi versus Shelton. Those were some good matches. Good matches, in my opinion. Kofi had like a 50 undefeated streak. And then Shelton was like, no, I'm ending that. And they fought for like 4 more times after that, and Shelton finally ended it. And then that storyline just went nowhere. But it was cool because Kofi's really good and really underrated. In a way like Brody Lee. Brody Lee is really good, but he's just underrated in some people's opinion, mine especially, because when he debuted as Luke Harper, I thought he was great. I was like, this guy looks good. He reminded me of a younger Samoa Joe. Because no offense to Samoa Joe, but when he was younger, man, that guy was smooth in the ring. And when I first started watching TNA, I was getting to that point with the wrestling where I don't like all the faces, and I was starting to like the heels. And I saw him fighting, I think it was Christopher Daniels, and I'm like, who's that big guy? And my buddy was like, Samoa Joe. I go, he's my main. I'm like, he's my favorite. You don't even know if he's good or bad. I go, I don't care. Whether he's a good guy, I'm rooting for him. Whether he's a bad guy, I'm rooting for him. Unless I know that he's not going to win. Case in point, when he feuded with AJ a few years ago, he should have won. So, foreshadowing. It's not going to happen by any means. Well, I wish I had somebody here sit next to me other than, Becky right there, but she can't talk back. Unless an inanimate object does start talking back, then I'm screwed. But anyways, I want Samoa Joe, is if he's clear, I want him in the Rumble too. I want him or Sheamus to win the Rumble. Here's why. Let Joe get that freaking title, and then he can retire from in-ring competition and be an announcer, because he's kicking ass on the announce team, in my opinion. Some people beg to differ, but I think he's doing really well. So, Let him just do announcing, but give him the title. He's been ROH champ. He's been Impact champ. Give him the WWE champ. I mean, I know he's making good money and he's got a good position where he's at. So, if not, he could do what the rest of what Mox did. Go to AEW. Tony Khan might have the money for him. You don't know. Freaking Joe and freaking AEW with the likes of Jericho. Come on now. And Brody Lee. Come on now. Come on, son. Come on, son. Anyways, this match, towards the end, so just kind of jump to the end of it. Kofi hit SOS on Cedric, and Cedric kicked out, and they were kind of shocked. So basically, the whole match they just overworked Kofi. I think it's like they came out. Kofi and Woods came out strong, real strong at the beginning, but momentum died and Hurt Business took over. But the finish saw Cedric hit the neuralizer on Kofi, I believe. Hit a flatliner, and then, yeah. Cedric hit the neuralizer, and then just Kofi was stumbling around, walked right into Shelton hitting the flatliner. Goes for the pin. Woods breaks it up, so Cedric takes out Woods. Kofi's about mid, 3/4 of the way across from Benjamin. Benjamin's in his own court and getting pumped like, all right, come on, get up. Get up so I can drop you with that flatliner. MVP's telling him to go pin him, and he's like, no, he's going to kick out. And he's like, all right, you got this. And he's about to set it up. Kofi's starting to get up very slowly. Cedric blind tags himself in, runs in, picks up Kofi, lumbar check, match is over. Yeah, exactly like that. Exactly the way I said. Match was over. New champions, the Hurt Business, which kind of knew that was going to happen. So, but Shelton looked, and MVP kind of gave Cedric the dirty look at first, but they grabbed the belts. They were walking up the ramp, and Lashley came out to celebrate with them. So, just putting title on MVP, and you got all the champs in one stable again. And then our next match features a returning. Who, you might ask? Who? A returning Charlotte Flair. That's right, folks. Spoilers. So if you see this, if you're watching my video, the one person who's been watching my stuff, thank you. If you see this video, Charlotte Flair returned last night. Asuka needed a tag team partner after what Baszler and Jax did to Lana, and it was Asuka. It was Charlotte. What was it, Peyton Royce or Billie Kay, whichever one's on SmackDown? She did go to Asuka, and I figured she was going to saying that she would. Here's her resume with a, yeah. So doing her whole spiel, and Asuka turned her down, and then people were wondering, and I was wondering myself. I was like, it's either going to be Charlotte, Rhea, or Nikki Cross, because I would have really loved for that to happen, because that was when Nikki and Asuka were taking on Bayley and Sasha. That was some good shit, good stuff. But yeah, Charlotte returned, and once you knew Charlotte returned, you know she's not going to lose. And yeah, it was a fairly decent match. So Charlotte is now she has now held all the titles in WWE that the women can hold at the moment. I guess minus the 24/7 title if you care about that. I know a lot of people don't, but whatever. But yeah, the finish of the match saw Charlotte and Shayna both going for their submission moves, and Nia distracted Charlotte, or pulled Charlotte, because she did the bridge to get the figure 8, and Nia just pulled her hands down to drop her. She falls. Charlotte gets back up. Nia gets on the apron. Charlotte just big boots her ass out of there, which was fucking cool. And then she's kind of just staring at her, and like she's just ready to go. Baszler puts her in the Kirifuda clutch and falls to the ground. Well, the way Shayna lost to Becky at Mania, Charlotte did the exact same thing, where she rolled over on basically onto her feet where Shanda's got her shoulders down. Ref counted 2, Baszler kicked out. Well, Baszler kicked out and sat up like you know, she's laying down and sat up partway. You don't do that. What's Charlotte's finisher? Natural selection. She's gonna pop match over. Because I saw her set up, I go, nope, it's over. And then what happened? Basically, alright. It's over. Like I said. So new WWE Women Tag Team Champions. So if they want to have fun with it, they can bring this back to Bayley and Sasha, because that would be fun. They're not going to right now, because Bayley's a heel, Sasha's a face. This dynamic, though, I don't know where they're gonna go. Because people do want to see this at Mania. I really don't, unless Asuka goes over, because she should have the first time around, but that didn't happen. So, and Bayley's my pick to win the Rumble. But anyways, and then our next match, probably other than the main event, might have been the match of the night. So yeah, Roman Reigns versus KO, another TLC match for the Blue Universal title. Before I continue with this match, tidbit: Hurt Business won the Raw Tag Team titles. Okay, a lot of people were saying put the titles on Sheamus and Drew, and then watch that fall apart. So then they're rivals. I'd like it, but I don't like it. 2 reasons why. 1, Sheamus and Drew, they're good together. They're good separate. Don't put the titles on them. Let them lose the title match, you know. Kind of like what happened when they fought John Morrison, The Miz, and AJ, and Morrison moved out of the bro kick and Sheamus hit Drew. Well, I know what, basically they were backstage, oh, I know what Drew's going to do. He's going to come back here and kick my ass. That's exactly what they did. Case in point, people are like, oh, he shouldn't have done that. It was inadvertent. Okay, storyline-wise, I get it. Makes sense, right? Right? Also, these two dudes are friends. They probably met each other in Ireland in a bar fight. Or at a wrestling school training. Who knows? I don't know. Or on the indies. Who knows? However, that could have been what happened. You don't know. Well, guess what? Brothers fight. Friends fight. People fight. It's the way, it's nature. I was just saying. Anyway, it'd be cool, but if it's done correctly, it'd be cool to see. If it is rushed, it's going to be shit. You know, if you give Drew the Claymore to Sheamus with 8 seconds, like how Sheamus did to Daniel Bryan, it's going to be garbage. Sheamus is not really a joke character anymore, and I like that, but at the same time, he's still kind of a joke character, and I hate it. But, moving on. So, start of this match saw Roman Reigns come out first, obviously. Now the team's kind of putting him over, and he hands the title to the ref. The ref puts it on the thing. They raise the thing. Roman's about to go to the turnbuckle, go to the corner. Sorry, Matt, words don't flow very good. Anywho, goes to the corner, and right before he gets to the corner, not the colonel, dumbass, KO jumps him from behind and just tries to get the upper hand, beating him with chairs, all this stuff. Got him knocked down a few times. He just kept getting back up. Obviously, he's the big, strong heel. KO. No, he didn't even. I think he grabbed the ladder, and that's when Jay came out and started working him over. And then KO fended him off, but 2-on-1 disadvantage. It's gonna happen. Roman Reigns grabbed a chair, started beating the crap out of KO. Basically, after that point, it was just nothing but dominance from from Roman Reigns. This was a really good match. A lot of hard hitting. One part of the match that I thought was really good is they're outside the ring fighting, and KO's stumbling towards the timekeeper's area, and he's stumbling over there. Roman's at the other side, kind of like when Braun does his choo-choo train around the ring. Roman was going to go spear KO through the barrier, right? Right. he runs to spear him. And I know this was probably planned, but damn it, did he get so close? Because he's running. KO's right here. He's running. Roman Reigns was literally right there. KO just flipped, boom, and Roman hit that damn barrier so fucking hard. I was like, damn, son. It's great. And then, so Roman didn't move for a good 2 minutes. KO, he's got it. He just has to climb the ladder. Climbs the ladder. Uso gets involved again. Takes Uso out. This time, Roman. No. Roman got back up, and then they started brawling a little bit. I think Roman hit it. That's what it was. Roman hit a Samoan drop through the table outside the ring that set up for that spot. Then KO. After that, during the ring fight, Roman went to do, I think, a Superman punch. KO hit him with the super kick. That was nice. Roman basically bounced off the ropes into another Superman, into another super kick, which was nice. Then he got to bounce off the ropes again, but KO catches him and Irish whips him off the ropes. And he's coming up, and you can see KO's setting up the way he does his pop-up powerbomb. So Roman comes back, goes to give him that oof, bam, Superman punch. Okay. KO goes down. Roman goes to get him up to do something. I think he was going for Roman was Superman punch. KO didn't go down. Basically just turned around. Roman off the ropes, setting up for the spear. But what's instead? KO pop-up powerbomb through the table. Looked fantastic. I thought that, in my opinion, that was the best sequence of moves they did in the match, because normally I can call these things, and I kind of did, but that was just awesome in my opinion. So once KO got to his feet, he finally climbed up the ladder, had his hand on the belt, was pulling it, trying to get it down. Uso got up there, just started wailing on him. He goes down a few rungs, gets up there again to get it. Roman Reigns comes up and does what I said they need to do in that freaking ladder match. So, for those of you who have ever seen a ladder match in the wrestling world, they go up, and they're always like fighting around the rungs. Punch them through the rung, just pop. Roman, that dirty son of a bitch, punched him, low blowed him through the rung, just pop right through the ladder rung, which is about yay big, right? Roman's hand just, boop. It was great. I liked it. I was like, all right, somebody finally did it. And then Roman hit the chokehold he's been using now. So basically, KO passed out, fell off the ladder. Roman took a slow ass sweet time to grab the belt. He is still your current Blue Universal Champion, which found out they are going to have a steel cage match on Friday Night SmackDown. It was pre-recorded though, we already know that because this Friday is Christmas Day. However, it's not what I'm getting at. So, with that being said, great match. Like I said, the only match I didn't really care for was Carmella and Sasha. But even that was still a pretty good match though. And then next we come to our main event of the evening, which saw that. If you are wondering, why is there a fire in the background? Well, I don't know when they decided to change it. I think it was on SmackDown. They turned this match into a Firefly Inferno match. For those of you not familiar with an Inferno match, the Inferno match came out way back somewhere in the 90s when Kane and Undertaker had an Inferno match. With that, the way you lose is any part of your body catches on fire, right? Right. Okay, fair enough. Kane lost that first match, no big deal. Second match was Kane versus Bray Wyatt at SummerSlam 2012. Yeah, 2012. And Kane lost that match as well due to Eric Rowan and Luke Harper's interference. However, this one was different. Instead of having the ring lit up, they just had fire everywhere. It was cool. I liked it. I thought it was good. But this match, Orton tried to get an upper hand right away with the Fiend, just hitting him right off the get-go, and Fiend's just laughing at him. So much to go through during this match. Sorry if I get the parts wrong. There was so basically the Fiend's no selling everything for like the first 2-3 minutes of the match. Then Orton finally grabs something. I don't remember. I didn't watch all of this match. I'm sorry, I was dealing with the kids. But I remember coming down and all I see is the Fiend has an axe, is swinging it at freaking Randy Orton. And then he got it stuck on like the barricade. So then Orton comes over to start working him over. Later in the match, you see the Fiend take out Orton and then pulls out a rocking chair. So somehow he had Sister Abigail's chair, pours it over by the announce desk. He's got a small, like, 2-gallon can of freaking gasoline. Pours gasoline on the chair, and then pours a line leading to the timekeeper area. And he gets Orton up, starts overworking him, puts him in the chair, pulls out a Zippo, and this is the problem I hated. I know he had to do it the way he did it, but he pulls out a Zippo lighter like he didn't know what he was doing with it. You're fucking Bray Wyatt, man. You grew up in the swamp. We know what you're doing with it. But the Fiend, I know, he's the monster. He's like the Jason Voorhees types, Am I doing this right? Kind of stupid, but not stupid, I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but that's the way I felt. But it was cool. He finally got the Zippo. He looks, he drops the Zippo. Fire goes straight for Orton. Orton, fucking last minute, dives out of the chair. The way it looked is he dove out of the chair into the stairs, which to me I thought was just freaking hilarious. So, but Bray goes to pick up the stairs to go to hit Orton with it. Orton dodges it, gets an axe handle from under the ring, just starts laying into Bray. Then after that, basically at that point, they're getting down to the wire for the match. So they're over by the end of the ramp leading up to the end of the ring. That first set of stairs, technically on the left. If you've ever been to a show, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they go over there and he oh, that's right. Bray goes into the ring and Orton catches him off and hits the draping DDT off the ring onto the ground. Then picked up the axe handle, goes to light it on fire, and then goes to swing at him. Bray got him with the mandible claw. He's trying to get him on fire. Somehow Orton reverses that, just reverses, and leads the Fiend in. Fiend catches on fire. His whole back goes up in fire. He's kind of freaking out for a minute and just runs into the ring, looks at Randy, like, my opinion, it's like, what are you gonna do now, bitch? I'm on fire. As you can tell by the photo right here. That's exactly what he did. RKO, why the Fiend was still on fire. And ironically enough, that RKO put out the fire. Who would have thought? Who would have thought an RKO puts out fires? And then after that, technically, Randy Orton won the match, but we didn't hear no bell ring. After that, Fiend just basically laying there and not moving. Orton grabbed that little bucket of gasoline and just drenched Bray Wyatt in it. And then he grabbed a box of matches, lit a match, waited till it got about down to about not even an inch before he burned his own damn hand, and then threw it on top of Bray. So at the end of the match, and the way they went off the air, Orton throwing up the Orton sign in the background with the Fiend laying in the middle of the ring, burning to death, so to speak. So, be interesting to see what happens tonight on Raw. If you stick around, I'll do my Raw I'll do my Raw preview. And then go to bed because I'm tired. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. I know I was kind of all over the place with my recap this time around, but again, I'm trying, doing what I can. I mean, holidays right now, times tough. Wednesday night, I am gonna do a watch along of Dynamite, so hopefully you guys can join me. I'll probably be on YouTube doing it, so we'll see. And you're still listening to me answer on about wrestling, I appreciate it. If you're not, thanks for stopping by. This has been Smack It to the Mat. I am your host, Matt, and I hope you enjoyed TLC 2020. Thank you, folks, and enjoy your day.